Hello everyone, I'm back to do part 3 of my Q&A. Thank you all so much for your questions. I've been having great fun filming this and answering your questions because it's made me think outside the box. Vanessa asks, Holly, I want to know who your favourite YouTuber is. Vanessa, you cannot make me choose. That is so mean. She also says happy anniversary, so thank you for that. But, oh, I can't possibly choose because so many of these people that I watch and love are my friends and I can't pick. Yes, I'm gonna do actually the booktuber shout out tag. I'll probably film that after this because I haven't done enough, I don't think, to talk about other booktubers that I love, so it'll be a good opportunity to do that, and yeah, check that out if you are interested. But as for choosing just one, it's not gonna happen, I'm sorry. Vanessa is also a booktuber, if you didn't know, so I will link her in the description. Another booktuber who's asked me a question is Amanda Center, and she asks, I'm wondering how your adventures in England are going. Are you going to be sticking around in London? And when are you next popping back to New Zealand? Now, it's very difficult to just pop back to New Zealand because it's a jolly long way. It is, as my friend put it the other day, as far away as you can possibly go. I'm pretty sure you can't be any further away from England and still be on land, so yeah, it's a long way, so I won't be going back anytime soon because I have no money for long flights and it's also very expensive. So yes, I will be sticking around because I do have a job here. I am working full-time. It's not in a strictly design position, but there is some design involved, so that is good. As for general adventures in England, I'm going to Nottingham next weekend. It's just a funny story. I might have to tell you the story. So I booked tickets to go and see Margaret Atwood back in June, I think. I thought, oh great, Margaret Atwood, she is talking at the Albert Hall. I thought, oh, well of course that's in London. And I didn't check. I must have been on Eventbrite or something. And I thought that it had filtered for London, but it hadn't. It's actually the Albert Hall in Nottingham. So I'm going to Nottingham. The ironic thing is she's actually talking in London as well, but the tickets sold out. Time and Chance asks, what is your favourite place to shop that is not book related? Does Sainsbury's count? Sainsbury's is a supermarket. That's probably what my bank card would say. I haven't done a lot of shopping since I've been here because I've been on quite a tight budget. Back in New Zealand, I used to spend quite a bit of money on fabric for sewing. I'll talk a bit about the sewing a little bit later, but I don't have a sewing machine with me here. I've recently purchased some kind of boring things like a new warm duvet and a duvet cover. Oh, there are the cushions. There are the cushions. I'm going to say Society 6 because I can buy cushions and I feel like such an adult now. I'm a real grown-up because I get excited about cushions. But even that's kind of book related. I mean, my designs end up being book related, therefore the cushions end up being book related. Or Trusk, I think, says, hi, I'm new to your channel and love your videos. Thank you and welcome. One question. What are your other hobbies apart from reading and designing? The sewing is something that I love doing, and as I said, no sewing machine here, so it's not a current hobby, but I do really enjoy it. I make quite a lot of my own clothes. Like I made this one here with its funny sleeves, and do a little twirl. It has a pocket. This is mainly why I sew, because women's clothing hardly ever has pockets, and it drives me batty. So I'm like, have to make things that have pockets and usually have nice fabric on pockets. What else have I made? I have this one here, which is a nice pleated skirt, and wait for it, oops, pockets! It is the starry, starry pockets. And my personal favourite on the pocket front are these pockets. Oh my goodness. So cherries on the inside, cherries on the outside, just cherries everywhere. The story behind this dress is that there was a book called The Cherry Dress by Elizabeth Honey, a picture book that I read over and over as a child, and it was about this girl who had a cherry dress and it got washed and worn and washed and worn, and the cherries turned from red to pink, and it gets passed down to other people. I really wanted a cherry dress, and it wasn't the kind of 50s revival hadn't really happened. And you couldn't find cherry fabric anywhere because my mum sews, so she would have made me a cherry dress. But no, it didn't happen until I was, what, in my 20s. So hooray, I finally have a cherry dress. So those are a few of the things that I've made. It's one of my hobbies outside of reading and designing. This is pretty much it. Oh, I play the cello. We'll get to that later. I think there's another question about the cello playing. Nicole from Wolf's Whistle. Hi Nicole. She asks, what do you miss most about New Zealand? And what habits/quirks of Londoners do you find confusing/funny or simply weird? Okay, what do I miss most about New Zealand? Well, my dog, basically. Oh, Robbie dog. I also miss my parents, but I can talk to them on Skype, whereas I can't really talk to Robbie on Skype. He is very confused by Skype. He's a border collie, and he's lovely. I'll insert a picture. I miss him. I miss him so much. And the thing is, he can't come and visit me, so I have to go back if I want to see him. Whereas my parents can come over. Yeah. So yeah, friends, family, obviously. What else do I miss? I miss my cello and my sewing machine and my dog. Yeah. The big things that can't be sent over. I also miss the remainder of my library. I miss the water. London water is really scummy. It's not nice. It's very hard water, so you get this kind of limescale sludge over the top of your cup of tea. I like scrape it off. It's really gross. Also, it makes my hair quite funny. As for weird habits/quirks of Londoners, one thing I don't understand is the obsession with football. It's the most boring game in the world. I think I would rather read Henry James, and that's saying something. Annie Miller asks, I don't know whether you've already said this somewhere, but do you speak any languages other than English? No, I'm very, very uncultured. English is it. I took French and German briefly at high school. It didn't feel as imminent when I was in New Zealand because it's New Zealand and then there's ocean. And all of our neighbours are English speaking. At high school it felt like such a long way away and such a long time before I would get to visit any of these countries that it didn't seem worth learning the languages then, which was a big mistake. Kia Fo asks, I would love to know more about your cello playing. Yeah, so I play the cello. My cello is not here, like the sewing machine. It's a big thing. You have to buy an extra ticket, have it sit next to you on the plane, and that's very expensive. And yeah, so no cello here. I started playing when I was 6, played in lots of orchestras and chamber groups and things. I do miss it, but it's not really practical for me to have it here. I might look into hiring one or borrowing one or something at some point, but yeah, so if you want to hear me playing, wait till the end of the video because I'm right there. In my final year of high school, I did my diploma in performance cello, so I am sort of qualified vaguely. Another really useful qualification. But yeah, it's something that I do. Okay, Nena from SCS Reads asks, what is the best thing about living in the UK so far and what is the worst? So I think the best thing has got to be the proximity to everything. And you can hop on a plane to anywhere in Europe pretty much from London. There are all the events, all the great bookish events. So I have been and seen Kirsty Logan speaking, I've seen Hanya Nagahara speak, and of course meeting other booktubers. We had a booktuber meetup a few months ago. I love being here for all those reasons. What do I not like? I've talked about what I've not liked, the water, and I don't like that it takes such a long time to get anywhere. Even though there's this close proximity to things, it takes at least an hour to get anywhere in London pretty much, which is just something that you kind of have to just get used to. But yeah, aside from that, I mean, it's great. It's a fantastic place to live and be. So I think I'll be here for a bit longer. So that concludes the final part of my Q&A for my 1-year booktube anniversary. It might be another year before I do another one of these, I don't know. But thank you all very much for your questions. I've had fun answering them. And thank you very much for watching. I will hopefully see you next time. Bye!